Hey, what's up everybody? Chris Sheldon here. I'm currently laying underneath a van, getting ready to put a fuel kit, or a fuel tap as some people call it, into the van. We mounted a used truck mount inside of this van, so we need a way to transfer the fuel from the fuel tank of the van up to the truck mount. That's where these fuel kits, or fuel taps as some call them, come in handy. So what we're going to do is we have to cut the fill hose that goes between the filler neck where you put the gas and the gas tank, and after we cut it, we insert the fuel kit, and you can see the tubes come down here. So that's basically how the fuel is transferred from the tank up to the truck mount. There's a little more to it. We have to mount an electric fuel pump, and we have to mount fuel lines and go through the floor and some wiring, but not that big a deal. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shut the video off, and then I'm going to show you where we remove the hoses, how we cut the hoses and measure them and all that good stuff. So hang tight, and we'll turn the video back on here in a minute. Okay, I'm back. So we're back underneath the van here, and this is the hose right here. This is the fill hose, and you can see it goes from outside where you put the gas in the van, and the gas comes down this big hose and into the fuel tank. So we ultimately have to get this hose off, because that's where our fuel tap is going to be installed. And you saw in the fuel tap, we had those two tubes. Those go down inside of the van, and then we mount a electric fuel pump underneath the van, and that's what's going to push the fuel up to the truck mount. So I'm going to take off this clamp, and then I'm going to take the other clamp off where the hose is mounted to the gas tank. This one pretty easy. The one where the hose mounts to the gas tank, not so easy. So it's going to take a few minutes, but we'll get this hose off, and then we'll restart the video later. Okay, so we got that hose out of the van, and it took way more than a few minutes. In fact, it was a total pain in the ass, but I got it out, and then we had to cut the hose. And what the directions say is you cut 4 7/8 inches from the end of the hose, and then we just basically cut it. So you can see how the fuel kit, you can see how the fuel kit is basically just spliced into the filler hose. This end was the end that was on the gas tank, and of course this end is what hooks up to the filler tube where you put gas inside the van. If you'll notice, these two tubes down here, these are what sit down inside of the gas tank. And since this is a carbureted truck mount, we're only going to be using one of these ports. The 2 ports is just in case we have a fuel injected truck mount. It's a place to hook up return fuel for the fuel injection. So you can see the fuel is picked up from this tube, and it's brought up here by the electric fuel pump out of this port, and then we run a fuel line up through the floor of the van to feed the truck mount with fuel. So this is basically what it looks like out of the van. So we'll put clamps on it, and then we'll reinstall it back into the van, and then we'll restart the video and show you what it looks like when it's all installed. Okay, so here's the finished product. You can see the fuel kit. It's spliced into that filler tube, and we got everything back together. Everything looks neat. I'm pretty happy. You can see over here the fuel pump. Fuel pump's mounted. Everything's tied up nice. And I'll come over here and show you the floor penetration, how we do that. So yeah, everything looks good. I already fired the machine up. Everything runs great. No fuel leaks. Real important to check for fuel leaks. And that's it. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.